Right, sorry for being gone for so long, but life's got pretty chaotic. But anyway, what we're going to talk about today is how hard should you do your 40-20s, what's the optimal kind of tiredness, like easy part and hard part. So we're going to go through Civikov's because he does some wild stuff, and then we're going to look at Anton Schiffer, who's an outrageous cyclist, like Connie level, but really, really good, but also got a big brain and talks a lot about sports science and the strava. So Civikov here, you can see, doing 8 minutes at 462 watts, so pretty high average in terms of like, and then the normalize is basically the same. So he's not really polarizing it that much. He is a bit, we'll get into the laps and you'll be able to see, but yeah, like super strong numbers, obviously like 8 minutes, 7 watts per kilo, almost on repeat, kind of what you expect with these boys. Like that's probably just over threshold for him, maybe 6.6, 6.7 is will be over threshold, but like probably 20-minute power, maybe below 20-minute power. So actually like relative to how good they are, not too crazy. But anyway, what you can see here is like the 40-20s, they're like, not really much easier, like 400, 500, 400, 500. So it's almost like a threshold workout. Now, he also done other ones where he's done like maybe 300 and 500, but we're going to go through that now. So this is, I mean, to be honest, this video is mainly just Anton Schiffer, so just follow the lad. But the reason I wanted to comment was just because like you see Civikov doing some 40-20s, which are wild. I think that was more of a threshold session, but you can see like basically Civikov, for example, did 40-20s this week and he had quite high intensity, 380 watts during the short rest. So what he wanted to test was like if you did 200 watts, 0 watts, or 300 watts. Now he is strong, so his threshold says 360, so it's kind of like, you know, you got to do it relative to yourself. And then what he basically is then measuring, because he's got VO2, access to a VO2, you can see, so this is the VO2 max. So what you basically see, obviously when he's doing 300 watts, you get a way higher VO2 max response, which kind of makes sense. If you're doing 0 watts, you get a way lower VO2 max response. Again, if you look at, this is on WKO5, you look at the FRC, this is all modeled, but you can see like the different response of like how much the anaerobic tank is getting depleted. I assume that one's going to be the 0 watts, 300 watts, and 200 watts, because like on the 300 watts, you're just never going as far into like the red, while those ones you obviously are. Again, he's measuring like SMO2 as well, which we can also see the 200 watts, 0 watts, 300 watts, and the difference between them. So again, it's just like on the 200 watts, which is the 300 watts, you can see like the massive peak, while the 300, that's the 0 watts. The 0 watts, you get the big peak of oxygen because obviously you're literally just not pedaling. While 300 watts is like obviously less response. This, what I actually don't know what this is. This is just the efforts. Okay, this makes sense. So yeah, I mean, you can see the heart rate response as well. I mean, the efforts, you can like what the average power is, I guess, is like 400 watts when it's 300 watt rest, 360, 400. So it's obviously like somewhat different training in stimulus, and this is the point. And then we got heart rate again. You can see like different heart rates. It's like way higher on the 300 watt ones. So yeah, the point is like, what should you do? Well, I think this conclusion kind of makes sense from the outset. Like if you want better VO2 max, you should do high intensity in the rest. But if you actually want to just like fully deplete yourself, then you want to do it 0 watts rest. So like I think that this graph is probably the best graph in terms of like, if your anaerobic tank, like his is actually quite small, 11.2, compared to his threshold is actually really, really small. He should probably be doing that because his VO2 max is probably really high. So he should be doing that. But let's say you're actually really punchy and your VO2 max is the issue, then yeah, you just want to do it like the rest is like kind of tiny. And then what's interesting is when you look at the VO2 max for the 3 intervals. So the 200 watts was like actually like it's a lot lower, 68.7, 75.8, while here it's like way higher. So you're definitely getting a pretty different training response. So when you look at Civikov doing here, like he's obviously clearly working on VO2 max as much as possible. Like these are way harder. It's more of a threshold session, as I said, because like the under is actually so hard, like 340 watts. It's really not what Schiffer's doing. But again, he's obviously stronger Civikov. So if we look at the session he was doing here, was like 500 and then 380, 400 and 380. So again, kind of a similar session, I guess, to what I was analyzing, but maybe slightly more polarized on this one. And Civikov, clearly like his anaerobic tank is maybe not the issue, his VO2 max is, which is why he's doing sessions like this. So it's just kind of interesting to see like why the pros doing stuff. And obviously when someone's got a big brain and they've got access to VO2, you can kind of see like the theories behind it. Obviously you need to, decide what you want what you're concentrating on first. But yeah, basically, I mean, it kind of makes sense. The less polarized it is, the more of a VO2 workout is, the more polarized is, the more of an anaerobic kind of neuromuscular workout it is. But anyway, I hope you did find this video interesting. Hopefully I should be posting more. Jira is going to be pretty chaotic in the next 3 weeks in terms of work. But yeah, anyway, cheers for watching. I'll see you in the next one.